Hi, this is Jordan from Living Life Like Jordan. Today I'm going to be doing a story time for you, and it's going to be about when I got fired from a job because of a bad coworker, worst coworker ever. So, hope you like my story. It's going to be probably not that long, but continue watching.
Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Okay, so let's do a little bit background. I'm not going to say the names or the place that I worked at, but I'm going to probably make up some names. So I was working at this place. I was probably like, I don't remember how old I was. I was like 19. It was probably like 2016. It was 2016. I was 20. I just had turned 20. I'm pretty sure. I just had turned 20. No. I just had turned 20. No. I just had turned 20. Yeah. So I just had turned 20. And this is most likely going to not be a long story. I just had turned 20. I was looking for a job. And then I had got a call back for an interview for this place, this store. And it was like somewhat like not a grocery store, but it was a store. So I'm not gonna say the name. So basically I started working there, and I got the job. Sorry. So I got the job, and basically what happened was that it was one management that hired me, but after like a couple months they had to not close, but they closed temporarily so they can remodel. So basically I had to be transferred to another store near there. So I went to another store, and when they were remodeling the place, when we came back, our original managers and bosses, most of the employees stayed, but the higher up people, they were different. It was new people. So we had a new manager, like new GM, and she was the best GM ever. Like, she knows who she is. That was my baby. Like, we were like this. I know it was very sad. I do not blame you. The person knows what they did. They know they lied. So, and I'm going to tell a story about it. So, everybody that knows me, I'm not technically a mean person unless you make me that way. So, at the store with all the new people that were there, I actually because before there was a lot of people that I did not like. Like, there was like a couple people that I was cool with, like my mains, like they know. I'm not gonna say y'all names. I don't want to, because then if I say y'all names, then they'll know what place I was talking about. But if you worked with me in 2016, you know that you was my peoples. So basically what happened was, once we transitioned and got new management, some of the people that was working there, they went with the old management to a new store that they were opening. So the people that stayed were most of the people that I liked. all the bad ones, most of them went over there. And I was happy. I was so happy. And then the new people that they were hiring were great, I thought. But they were great. Like, they were cool. Like, I was bonding with everybody. Like, it was really nice. Like, when I say I actually liked my job, because I was thinking about quitting before the management left. Once the management left, I'm like, all right, I'll give it a chance with the new lady. And she was cool. And I was just like, hey, like, I'm going to stay. Like, because I was going to leave, but I'm going to stay. So, me and her were, like, so close. Like, me and the GM, we were, like, really close. She knew all my problems, like personal problems. Like, I got advice from her. Like, she really helped me out. And there was a moment in my life where I needed to move out of where I was staying. I was living with my grandmother, and I needed to move out, like, ASAP. And I was in this program, low income housing, basically. And you know, like, if people have done it before, like, you need 20 hours a week to get in, just to get in. So I was always having, like, the problem of, like, jobs giving me 20 hours. Like, they'll give me 20 hours one week and then less the next week. So it was really, like, very important for me to get 20 hours for a good month to 2 months straight. So then once I was getting my hours, I can, like, contact them, because I was basically at the top of the list. I just needed the hours, and once I got the hours, like, I was going to get my place, like, a month, maybe 2 months after that. So all I needed was the hours. And I told her, like, I might have to transfer once I move. And she was like, no, don't leave. Like, I want you here. Like, you're one of my favorite workers. Like, I really want you here. Like, I'll try to give you the hours you need, the amount you need, and make sure it's around your schedule. Like, she was really working with me. What job does that? Like, she was literally working with me. She's like, man, like, when you move in, because this was in Newark, so I would be moving to Wilmington. And if I'm in Wilmington, buses don't always, like, counteract to where I was working. So it would be like a 2-hour, like, bus ride just to get to work. So I would need the hours so I can maintain everything. Definitely. And then it will have to be at a certain hour. I can't stay and stuff like that. So she was willing to work with me, and it was awesome. We got along and everything. But then one of the managers, she didn't like me when she one of the other managers, she was at the store that I was at when we were closed, when we were getting upgraded, basically. And we didn't get along there because they wrote me up for something so stupid, and then, like, try to make it seem like I was, like, some bad person. And it's just like, you don't want me to show you that I'm a bad person, because I can be really mean when I want to be, but I'm really nice. So she started not to like me, and I could tell, like, she was, like, trying to find something to fire me. And there was I was literally, like, 2 to 3 months away from being at this job for a whole year. Longest job ever, almost. Like, my first job, I was there for almost a year, and then I dipped because they was terrible. But this job, I actually loved it. I actually liked it. I was getting the hours that I needed. I put in my request for my apartment, and I was just waiting on the letter for the interview back. So then once I get the letter and do the interview, a month after that, I would be out. I would have my place. So there was this girl, and she was my friend. For Christmas, she got me a gift and everything. Like, we was giving out gifts, everything. Like, we were all cool. Like, she was one of my close friends at this job. And one day, I don't know what changed between me and her, but we were good. We were geeking. Everybody was laughing. One day, I know the exact date, January 5th, 2017. I will always remember that date because that's when my life was over. Like, it had to stop and then I had to restart. Like, it was the worst day of my life, like one of the worst days. And literally, I came into work, the mean manager was there, but I didn't really care. Like, I did my job. Like, I'm cashier today, so thank you, yay, I'm cashier. Because I always got what I wanted there, because the GM knew that I really didn't like doing the other ones, so she always put me at cashier. And that's what I wanted to do. So, this girl, we're all talking, da 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 da, and it wasn't that busy, so I wasn't near the registers at the time, and it was me, her, and another coworker, and we're all talking, da 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 da, and we're basically in the manager, like the office of the place, so there's cameras and stuff, and literally basically she was like, oh, I'm trying to get this burp out. And I was just like, huh, you can't get your burp out? And she was like, no, like, can you help me? And I'm just like thinking, like, how can I help you get your burp out? And then I thought about it, like, oh, okay, like, I could pat you like a baby. And she was like, okay. And I was like, all right, turn around. So she turns around and I pat her back. And I don't think that I'm hard-handed. My hands, I don't think they're really heavy-handed. I don't think I'm heavy-handed. I don't hit that hard. But if you ask all the people that know me, apparently I do. And I don't really like acknowledge that. Like, I don't think I hit hard. Like, tap you, don't scream and say, oh my God, she just punched you in your face. Like, I didn't. So I patted her back just like this. And she said, ow. I said, oh, my bad. I didn't mean to, like, sorry. Like, and she was like, it's okay. And we were laughing, talking some more. So then I had customers. So I was just like, all right, like, I got customers. Like, I got to go up there. And they were like, okay. So then they went back to what they were doing. 5 minutes later, I hear the mean manager call my name. And she's like, when you're done with your line, can you come into the office? Can I talk to you? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm in trouble. But I had no clue what was about to happen. Like, I'm like telling like the customers like, sounds like I'm in trouble. Playing around. And they're like, oh damn. I'm just like, it's fine. Like, da, da, da. My line goes away. I walk into the office. And she says, you hit blah, blah, blah. Huh? I what? Did you hit blah, blah, blah? No. Well, she has a welt on her back and you have to go home until the GM calls you to tell you the next steps. 1. At this time, the girl is literally right there with another coworker. Didn't say shit to me. Didn't show me a welt. Didn't say, oh, she didn't mean it. She was helping me out. Didn't say nothing. Just continued to talk, and then when I walked past her, looked at me and then looked away real fast. Okay, these people have literally been working with me for almost a year, so they know I can get crazy. So I just was like, I was calm about it, and I was just like, wow. Like, are you serious? Like, if I wanted to hurt her, I would have hurt her. I wouldn't have tapped her back. And it wouldn't have been a welt. It would have probably been a black eye. Like, it would have been way worse than a welt. And I didn't give her the welt on purpose. And I don't believe that I can give someone a welt by doing this on their back. Well, you have to go, you'll have to wait for the GM's phone call. And then they'll let you know when you can come back. At this time, I know I'm so close to getting my apartment that it worries me, because it's just like, if I don't get my, because she would give me like 24, 20. So missing a day or missing a couple hours can mess up everything for me. So when she said that, I started panicking, and I started to get mad. And then I went into, it was cold outside. So I went and looked up for when the next bus came so I could go home. And I had to like wait like 20 minutes probably. So I'm sitting in the break room. She comes in the break room and tells me that, no, I have to leave the premises. I can't be in here. One, it's cold outside. You gonna have me standing out in the cold for 20 minutes because what? Because I gave a girl a welt. You want to, like, I wanted to be like, you want to get a welt? Like, you sitting here acting like I punched the girl in the face and was having a full-blown fight with her. We were cool. We were laughing. She laughed afterwards and everything. Didn't say nothing about me giving her a welt, and you're making it extra. I'm like, it's just because you don't like me. This is what I snapped. Like, I was so mad. Like, I can't even sit in here until the bus come. I was so mad. So she was like, just call the GM. Da, 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 da. Oh, I will be. I will be. So I call her, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, I don't know what is going on. Like, you know me, like, I wouldn't just hit her, like, you know that's my friend, like, why would I do that? And she's like, I understand, like, where were y'all? I'm telling her everything that happened, every detail, everything. And she's just like, okay, well, it's going to have to be an investigation, so then we'll have to decide if you get fired or not. By this time, I was already out of the establishment. And I was outside waiting for the bus, mad as shit, crying. Like, you know that I need this. I'm literally about to move out. Like, are you serious? And she's like, we gotta see the people above me. It's their decision, not mine. I don't know. They have to do an investigation now. I was outside crying. She was crying with me. Because she was so upset. Like, she was just like, I'm sorry. Like, da 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 da. And I'm just like, this is some bullshit. Like, every time I'm happy, someone was fucking my shit. So, I go home. I'm sitting there. I'm texting everybody. And they're just like, I would have snapped. And I'm just like, hopefully I don't get fired. Like, they can see in the cameras that I did not intentionally hurt her. My GM calls me back. And she tells me that she has to let me go. I cried on the phone with her. She cried on the phone with me. We was just so upset. Because she knew that I needed it. And it just made me mad. Because it's just like, I know she didn't have nothing over it. And everybody was telling me like, yo, you should go up there and fight that girl. Like, if I was the fighting type, I would have. But if you snitching and lying about nothing that's true, oh, I know you gonna call the cops on me. Because I'm crazy. So, And the crazy thing is, I knew where she lived. Like, bro, like, you literally gonna get someone fired, ruin their life for nothing. For nothing. And you know they crazy? That ain't bright. That ain't bright at all. And the crazy thing is, I could have fought it. I could have went back there. I got unemployment from them. I could have went back there. I could have continued to fight it. But I decided no, because they told me that instead of getting transferred, I would have to go back there, work there, and then have to go apply for another place and wait for them to go through the interview process and accept me to transfer. So I would have had to been there for a minute. No. I'm not doing that. You got me fucked up. Because if I go back there, oh, y'all wanted to fire me for nothing, I'll show y'all something. Because I know I'm crazy. So I decided just to take the unemployment and keep it pushing. And the next day, I got my letter from my apartment. I was heated. I had to call them, cancel my interview, and tell them I had no job. And to keep it 100 with y'all, never did I ever go through that. I never got the apartment because every job after that never gave me 20 hours. And then the time that I did have 20 hours, I ended up losing that job for something stupid too. But I did end up in a program, and I finally do have my apartment, my own apartment. The 1st of January was the first time I paid my own rent by myself. I've been here for 6 months, but I was in a program where it was free for 6 months. So January 1st is the first month that I had to pay rent, and now I just continue to pay rent like a normal human being. No help, no nothing, no low income, nothing. I pay real rent, have a 2-bedroom apartment, and life is good right now. And I'm about to find out if I got my dream job, and if I get that, then life is even better. And everything's looking good for me right now. Like, 2019 is doing good. So that is my story of when I got fired for the stupidest thing ever because of an ignorant ass coworker. And have a nice day, happy holidays, and see you tomorrow.